Welcome to LFFL Primetime, the fastest 5 minutes in the LFFL universe. This is the what to watch for tonight video. We've got two games, which means we do have some stuff to decide this evening. So let's check out what is going on the LFFL. I would argue all these are essentially over, but we'll go through them just in case. Matt only has a 21-point lead over Todd. Matt is done. Todd has four players: Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth. This one certainly appears to be in Todd's favor at this time. However, Matt is currently ahead. Same thing with the Andy Josh matchup. Andy only a 12-point lead. Josh has Miles Sanders and Donovan Peoples-Jones. You never know. Maybe one of those guys gets hurt, doesn't play well. Andy could still win this game. However, Fantrax does has Josh is the favorite to win this game. And then finally, Eric with a 3-point lead over Phil. Both have a defense left, and Eric has Chris Olave. Eric's certainly the favorite at this time. But again, Chris Olave injury, I think it's perfectly conceivable the Saints have a better night than the Browns. Could still go either way, so we will see on that one. Your winners this week: Miles has already beaten me. Bill has already beaten Greg. Looking at the LFFL 2, still to be decided. Andy, 65 points with Amari Cooper to play, has a 7-point lead over me, and I have the Saints defense. Amari Cooper being questionable means I may still be in play here if Andy doesn't have a replacement on the bench. Phil, 62 points with Chris Olave and Pat Freiermuth. Bill, 45 points with Nick Chubb and Juwan Johnson, a few touchdowns. It's within reach. Phil, the betting favorite right now. Greg, 50, Miles, 42, less than his laurels on his favorite team, the Panthers. Defense to try and close that 8-point gap. Eric, a 4-point lead over the Merrills. Both have a running back. Eric also has the Browns. Defense, Todd has already beaten Sean in this league. LFFL 3, Phil, 74, Matt, 72. Phil has 3 players left. Matt just has one. Phil, an overwhelming favorite to win this game. Bill, 105, a 7-point lead over Eric. Bill still has Nick Chubb and Juwan Johnson, in case you haven't heard those names before. Eric has the Browns defense. Bill, the favorite in that one to pull out the W. Greg, a 104 to 82 lead over Miles. Miles has Miles Sanders to try and close that 22-point gap. Finally, I beat Nate already. Todd beat Matt Brennan already, and Andy has dispensed of Sean at this point. LFFL 4 on Thursday night. Look at this, the first ever tie in the history of daily fantasy. Certainly, when you're doing the main slates, there's so many combinations. It would be hard to have the same roster. Greg and Phil have an identical roster. Therefore, they have an identical 156.29 points in the win for the week. Congratulations to both Kaufman brothers. Did you call each other before it started? I don't know about this. Nate, a solid third place finish on Thursday. I did get into a standings update. And I believe this actually is through Sunday's games. Matt Brennan leading the way with 24 points. Eric at 18. I'm at 18. I tweaked the scoring a little bit. I'll get into it more in the video later this week. LFFL 5, still to be decided. I have a lead with Chris Olave. I have 193. Miles is a 162, but does have 3 players: Miles Sanders, Cole Holcomb, and Shaq Thompson. So that game could still go either way, certainly. Eric, 173 to Bill, 163. Eric still has 3 players. Bill just TJ Watt. Looks like potentially Eric win there. Greg, a massive lead over Andy with Nick Chubb and Micah Fitzpatrick. Andy's just got Grant Delpit, so that one's basically over. And Sean, a commanding lead on Todd as well. He has 1 player in George Pickens. Todd still has 2 in Najee Harris and Kenny Pickett. Phil has already beaten Nate for the week over here. And then finally, LFFL 7. We're going to have a tricky cut. There is no obvious team going out the door at this point. Todd is currently the lowest score, but Todd also has the most points to gain tonight. Todd does not yet have a quarterback score and has David Carr going. Todd has Najee Harris and Miles Sanders going at the running back position. Only needs to replace 4.4 and 7 points, respectively. So at this point, Todd could score a fair number of points this evening, which puts all these teams between 155 and 165 firmly in play for the cut as well. Phil at 155.4 is the second lowest scoring team at this point. Chuba Hubbard, Amari Cooper, Adam Thielen, all playing tonight. However, the lowest score Phil currently has is 5.5, and then a 6.8, and then 8.9. So those aren't super easy to get over, especially for Hubbard and Thielen, who weren't great in week 1. He has the Steelers defense as well, but his other defense has already scored 14 points. So the Steelers would have to eclipse 14 points before he starts getting points. Phil is very much in play for this cut this evening. Eric has 2 left to play. He has Bryce Young, not likely to outscore the 29.2 his other quarterback put up. Michael Thomas is essentially replacing a 0. Fantrax is weird. Mike Gesicki definitely played and definitely had like 6 points or something. So Mike Thomas really needs to score more than like 6, but I don't know if Gesicki's counting in Eric's count. Tough to tell. Eric's around 160. likely to get some more points from Michael Thomas. Jeremy also at the 160 spot, not likely to get a ton of points from Kenny Pickett since he has Kirk Cousins. And I don't think Pickett is better than Cousins this week. Does have Donovan Peoples-Jones and Juwan Johnson, basically replacing a 0 and a 3.3. So Jeremy likely to get some points this evening. And then finally, Josh at 165.9. Do like Josh to move on, but I wanted to list him on here just because Nick Chubb would need to replace the 6.5, Terrence Marshall at 8.2, and the Saints at 22. So likely get points from Chubb, but if Chubb gets hurt, Josh may be stuck at 165. Those are really the ones that conceivably have a chance to lose out. The next scores are in the 170s, 180s, and even Todd at 140 is going to struggle to get, I think, much past 170 at this point. So that's all I got for the week. I did set up a Monday Night Football contest. We have 2 games, so it is all 4 teams. Pick the 8-person lineup you want. It's not a showdown one. Get into that, get entered, and I will talk to you later this week. Good luck tonight, especially to Miles, the Panthers fan, as they take to the field of battle. Good luck.